We're back here again on April 24th, 2021. We're here to do some standard bee work for the day, look through our hives, check for swarming.
General wellness checks, check to see if any supers and whatnot.
Yep, just some standard beekeeping. We should see some really beautiful colonies today that are building up very strong. We also want to talk about our goals for 2021 as we go. So come along with us and enjoy looking at our operation with us.
So this colony is looking really nice. I'm eager to get into here and see what's going on. What we're probably going to be doing today is pulling these entrance reducers so the bees have the entire bottom. And I don't know if you've been able to see it or not, but these bees are still used to using their top entrance up here from winter. So they're landing on the face of the colony and running up, and it's leaving tracks of pollen around the handle there. It's pretty neat. I don't know why they're doing it, but they're still doing it.
Us puffing smoke here is making them stop doing it. I was cutting a video I took just a little bit ago, showing them running up the face a little better. Yeah, we'll just do a quick peek check on this.
It's just an absolutely beautiful day, and the bees are eager to be out and working.
You can see the entire top entrance is stained yellow.
Got these landing on the smoker. So now this one, if I'm remembering correctly from last week, they weren't up in the top box, right?
That's right.
Well, that's no longer the case. I mean, they're not super strong up here, but they're definitely up here.
Okay, not much else we need to see. Let's just do a lean check on it.
If we're doing a lean check, we would be looking at the bottom box, but
We'll then set that one aside and do a lean check on the bottom. We want to get the entrance reducer out anyway.
see if I can get stung putting my finger in here.
Beautiful colony.
This 4-frame overwintered nuke. I guess we'll leave the mouse guard in. I'm not seeing any sign of queen cells. Lots of drone cells, but no queen cells. And we'll pull this.
And that's that for that one.
So we'll leave the mouse guards on. They're not hurting anything.
Yep.
Well, that one is.
You can see just in that few seconds we were in it, how many bees are up in the air now. There's a lot of foragers out from this hive. And when we put this inner cover back on, they will just all condense down like that.
Guess we could pull some frames in the top box and look for brood, but I don't think we have to. I'm gonna check on this colony here. This colony's probably getting a super or two today. We almost needed it last week, honestly. We're gonna be getting into our nectar flows here before too long, and we have plenty of equipment, so we're gonna try to get in front of the colonies. And we wanna make sure we get plenty of honey supers on, because this year, one of our goals is to shoot for 1,000 pounds of honey. Last year we got 300, and with all the colonies we have this year, we think that 1,000 pounds is very doable. And we'll clean on the inner cover. Beautiful box of bees up here. They definitely need a super or two dropped on them. They've got 8 frames here. And we'll do a lean check.
You'll recognize this colony from last week. Just poked through it as well last week. And it looks about the same as it did then.
No signs of swarm cells. Now, it's not a guarantee, but almost every time you find swarm cells, they're in the middle between the two boxes. Almost every time.
A lot of workers, a lot of drones in there.
Beautiful colony.
And we're gonna probably drop 2 supers on that one.
I'm gonna go get those right now. We're back here at the new apiary for this year, trying to see what these overwintered nukes that we've bumped up are looking like. Before I forget about it, I want to say thanks to all the new subscribers that are coming in because of our older swarm videos. Greatly appreciated. Now let's see what these girls are doing. Well, they're up in the box, that's for sure. Check this queen. She's not on there. We might need to drop some honey supers on here stacked. Maybe not this week, but certainly next week. Let's just see what we're getting into up here. We're really hoping for some nice strong colonies this year. Maybe not quite so much from this yard. This yard's going to be mostly dedicated to honey production. But our goal for this year, one of our goals for this year, is to make 75 overwintering nukes. Whether or not we pull it off or not, I don't know. But that's the goal right now. So these seconds were put on 2 weeks ago, and we haven't been back here since. And it seems like these bees are really happy to have it. Hey!
Do you see her?
I think the queen might be up in the top box. Is she laying up
There's
there?
a lot of nectar in that frame.
There's a lot of nectar up here.
We may have a honey-bound box here, given the strength of the colonies and the quality of forage around. We see bees all over dandelions right now. That's all nectar on this side too.
We're coming back with supers tomorrow, aren't we?
Beautiful.
Good. They're bringing in pants full of pollen.
Just hold still. That's a nice man hand close-up for y'all.
So they're up here. They're drawing comb up in the top box. This was a blank frame 2 weeks ago. Not really using it too much.
Right in the middle should have been... No, we didn't put any brood up here.
I don't think we moved anything up.
So if we see any eggs, it's
That's just a full frame of nectar.
full frame of nectar again. Do we have a deep full of nectar here?
It's not full. I mean, there's like the 3 frames that they're covering are half to a third full.
I'm interested to see what we'll see in the bottom box.
It's another frame of nectar. Well, that's neat. Hopefully not swarming.
Let's go to the bottom box.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to the bottom box. Wonders me what that queen's doing up here if she's not laying.
Probably looking for space to lay because the bottom's full. We're going to prove our point here in just a second, but those things were... There's a reason they got a second deep 2 weeks ago.
These were, yeah, 4 frame overwintered nuke 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. They absolutely exploded. We're gonna have to pull this entrance inducer while we're back here too. Anybody in here? Nope. Real gentle with that one because I know the queen is in that box. Well, that's just a pretty colony there.
A lot of bees down there.
Do we need to pull frames?
We should see what we see.
Might pull a frame and drop one of those empties right in the middle and put a brood frame up above. Checkerboard them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Nectar frame on the outside.
Queen cups at the bottom there. You should check them out.
I don't see 'em.
My side. Chase the bees off them first so we can see.
We might be dealing with swarming colonies back here.
Dry. The other one's dry.
I really don't want to have to deal with swarming colonies. That wouldn't be fun.
Also keep in mind the queen's not in this box, so they're going to get progressively more agitated. So you might not want to take a... Whoa.
So I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to pull one of the empty frame, like the completely blank frame. I'm going to drop that one in.
And we'll go from there.
This colony that we're just going into is going absolutely crazy. They're going to swarm here very shortly if we do not immediately do something about it. So the plan right now is I am pulling 2 frames of cat brood out of the bottom box, moving it up into the top box to encourage the bees to use both boxes. At the same time, I'm going to drop a blank frame and a drawn frame into the middle of the brood nest down here to give the queen something to do and give the nurse bee something to do. But yeah, this colony is just absolutely spectacular.
We're even seeing some backfilling happening in amongst the cat brood.
Yeah.
And then there's probably 5 or 6 frames of nectar on the top. We see a lot of queen cups, but they're all dry. So they're gearing up for it, but they're not quite committed to it yet.
Swarming then.
To swarming, yes. So if we just give her some space, it should pull that impulse back.
And we're going to drop supers on here very shortly, possibly even tomorrow. We're going to discuss that. Might just come back here and set some on just for the sake of doing it.
They got a lot of bees here and a lot of cat brood, so there's only going to be more bees coming.
And this area has extremely good forage. So.
Okay, we'll rinse and repeat that across all the colonies, but or we'll inspect them all and may repeat that process for all of them. But we're checkerboarding them up, trying to get these overwintered nukes into their second deep that we gave them and keep them in the box instead of in the trees.
And this colony was one of the stronger ones. This nuke was. So we'll see how the rest of the apiary looks back here. So this is the last hive to inspect, or the last apiary of the day. So far we've been just absolutely floored by what we were finding. This colony doesn't seem to be putting up some nectar, but some of the other colonies are already starting to store honey in the honey super. It does have some nectar, not much but a little. Some of the colonies are starting to store honey up in the honey supers. Our 4-frame overwintered nukes are just exploding. Like, we're just floored by what they look like. And yeah, everything's looking great for meeting our goals for the year of 1,000 pounds of honey and 75 nukes. We'll see if we manage to pull that off or not. Now this particular colony looks fantastic and was actually a swarm that we caught last year that successfully overwintered. And we are planning at this point for using this queen as a breeder queen. That's actually our 3rd goal of the year, is we're going to raise our own queens from our own survivor stock to put into the nukes that we make. It worked out fairly well last year, so we're going to go for it again this year.
Fairly well.
Okay, it
worked
worked
like
out really well
gangbusters last year.
Our queens the queens that we bred look just incredible. So we'll just do a quick tip check on this colony so that we do not lose said survivor queen, because that would be bad.
A lot of bees.
2 full boxes of bees. No signs of queen cells.
Couple queen
Couple
cups.
queen cups, but
You see the queen cup there, but it's dry.
go in there and double check to make sure there's no eggs in it, no larvae, nothing. That's just there in case they need it. Bees like to do that. So, that's that colony done. That's today's work done.
Thanks for joining us for an exciting, full of joy day in the apiary.
Yeah, full of joy is a good way to put it.